Hey YouTube, it's Alicia here, and I wanted to come and I want to talk to y'all about WWE, and I want to talk about what I want to talk about. WWE for 2020. I want to also talk about some rumors. We're gonna talk about one rumor in particular, and yeah, so without no further ado, let's get started. So, as y'all know, we haven't seen Naomi and the Usos for some time, for some months. Well, I'm like going, why have we not seen them for months? All right, people was like saying it was personal issues. Probably about, I say, not a week ago, but 2 weeks ago, it was reported on Pro Wrestling Unlimited on the tube, and this is what I know, that Jimmy Uso, Jimmy, Jimmy Uso, Naomi's husband's DUI charge went to trial. All right, now we know why her coming back has been tied into theirs. They was in there was they was that was a going on trial and stuff, and guess what, y'all? It was a not guilty plea. So they will be coming back sooner than later. Now, WWE could have had squashed this regardlessly. They could have dealt with this. I'm not dogging the Usos. I'm not dogging the WWE. I felt like WWE should have came in and go, hey, wait, did this happen? Why you refuse to, do the breathalyzer? And he asked for his lawyer. That was smart. I give him that. All right. To me, I just feel like WWE could have stepped in and we could have been seeing them on TV a little bit, but we didn't. So I think, but I really think they probably did deserve some time off. So we'll have to see. But I wouldn't be too surprised for 2020. The Usos will become, if they come back, I would not be too surprised they be on Raw or SmackDown, and I wouldn't put past them of being on SmackDown with Roman Reigns. It makes a little bit more sense for Roman Reigns could have backup. So it make just putting that whole brood, Roman Reigns, putting Jay and Jimmy Uso and Naomi on SmackDown, it makes a little bit more sense and sensibility of that. So let me hear y'all point of view on that and everything. Do Jay and Jimmy Uso and Naomi, do they deserve to be on Raw is War? Or do they deserve to be on SmackDown? Okay. So now, speaking of Roman Reigns, I am going to predict for 2020, one, he's going to annihilate Baron Corbin. That's that. And I feel like WWE is going to take steps, let me say steps, to get him back in that title picture and thing. He's been drifting, one note for the past year. Okay, that's that. Do I feel Roman Reigns is somebody that some of those wrestlers can look up to? Yes. Now I feel like he needs to get back into that title picture, and like the only way I feel like it will work is the following: one that he needs to feed one at a time. He needs to feed Dolph Ziggler, beat his butt. Then beat the Revival is the second. with help. That's number two. Beat them two all at once. Okay. Then after that, beat Corbin. If he can beat the living daylights, let me say it, daylights out of Corbin, then I feel like Corbin is a stepping stone for him to get back into that title picture. Do I feel like he can beat the Fiend? He might can beat the Fiend for that Universal title belt. I'm just saying. That's that. Now let me just tell you about this three-way tournament for this Friday. You got Corbin versus The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. And let me tell you something. And this is my prediction for this one. I wouldn't be too surprised. It comes down to The Miz and Daniel Bryan. Two guys who hate each other, who need to be teaming up together as a tag team. Let's just put it like that. I'll get to that also in here. But I say it's gonna come down to Daniel Bryan and The Miz, who's gonna be the number one contender for the Fiend's title belt. Because Roman Reigns is going to, if I'm thinking of this clearly, Roman Reigns is gonna come down there and be a distraction for Corbin, and Corbin won't have a chance. That's what it feels like this is building up to. All right. And this is the one thing, and I hope fans is agreeing with me, but as y'all know, all this year, in the middle of the year, Vince McMahon just started throwing none other Baron Corbin down our throats, each and every week. He just threw him down our throats each and every week before the draft, after the draft, and now before the end of the year is out. We don't want to always see this guy. And to me, he's a good guy. He's mostly a heel, but he's like a heel that's not hardly supposed to be featured. I'm sorry. I mean, some of y'all can agree with me or disagree with me, but you got to know, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be raw, and I'm going to be honest about the WWE. That's that. Now, let's get on Raw. First and foremost, let's talk about all the tag teams on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. You got some, let's just say, good tag teams. And it's like some tag teams, deserve to be champions, and then you have some that doesn't. Okay, let's start with Raw. Raw has the Viking Raiders, who is the champions. Well, those are some pretty good champions. Do I feel like anytime soon they are going to drop those titles? We don't know. But they are good. And as champions, they have done well for themselves. All right. Number two, let's talk about AOP teaming up with AOP. AOP looks like they could be a good tag team champions, but I wouldn't say they are going to be tag team champions now, as they are teamed up with Seth Rollins. That's not going to go down. All right. I'm going to talk about what happened last night. But I will say this. It's going to take a lot of things to actually do. And when I say a lot of things, it's going to take a lot of things to, to get them where they at. They need to rebuild themselves as a tag team. So that's the second thing. Number three, the Street Profits. I love the Street Profits. Street Profits, I can actually see it sooner than later becoming tag team champs. Along running tag team champs, because it looks like Vince McMahon loves these guys. So I actually can see it in thing. Okay, number four. this is for the Usos. You know, like I said, the Usos has always, to me, been a great tag team champs. They are multiple time champions and thing. And I like it. And it was like a couple weeks back here when the Revival won some title belt, and like they said, and like Cody Graves said to something to the terms of, "Oh, they are the supreme so and so, out past so and so tag team champs," and I'm like, no, they're not. And like to me, it's like WWE needs to do crack down on their commentators. By commentators, I'm talking about the Raw announce team. That's one. They SmackDown announce team. And they NXT announcing and they NXT UK announcing. By that, they need to be while they there have little iPads or computers looking up things while they're on there and looking up history and stuff on WWE competitors and things. Oh, and getting their facts straight, because I have noticed for this past year, for 2019, they have got a lot of facts wrong. They have been saying the first in this, first in that, and really and truly, it comes out to be that these people are not the first of doing something. That's that. Now, I'm gonna come at the end. I need to talk about a little something at the end, and I'm gonna give y'all why in a minute. All right. Then the next thing is I want to come and talk about some things that I actually polls I've been doing. And one of the polls I actually really asked what female wrestler should be pushed into the forefront. And I had Liv Morgan, Dana Brooks, Sonya Deville. Oh my God, I had, who else did I have? Sasha Banks. And Dana Brooks wins with a landslide of 100%. And I actually do agree with my followers on Twitter. Dana Brooks do need to be pulled into the forefront. Mostly all of the women need to be pulled to the forefront. It needs to be more than one women's storyline going about. And I actually did ask, and the poll is not through completely, but I know this is going to win. I asked them what WWE really need to focus on in the fourth, what should be mostly focused on in the WWE for 2020. And I told them they had a choice between the women's division, the tag team division, storylines, or other focusing on featuring other wrestlers, and they picked the women's division. They feel like, and I think I'm in agreement with my Twitter followers, and I actually do agree that WWE needs to put more emphasis into that women's story in the women's division. They have slacked off this past year and everything, and I wonder if the reason they slacked off because Ronda Rousey ain't there. All right. Now, one other thing I am not for bashing, but I am calling out. Hey, Stephanie McMahon, knocking on your door. Yes, I'm calling you out. A lot of things that has happened in the women's division since WrestleMania of 2019. I blame you. Because what? After WrestleMania, you haven't been there a lot for those women's division. It's all about your husband got something to say about the women's division, or it's your dad. And I'm saying, I'm really, and I think everybody will agree with me. Stephanie needs to be more, is not that much involved with that women's division. You were so he-ho last couple of years putting those women in the forefront. Now you're not showing up. You didn't show up for nothing for them this year, and you didn't. Now, to get me to say, now we now know what happened this past year with Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, oh my God, she makes a great heel. But I will say this. One thing I do not like WWE use. Yes, you can use the wrestler's family, but don't use their kids. Bring in child actors to do that because I know it looks more realness when you bring in their kids. Like the situation this past Friday with Sasha Banks and Lacey's family and her daughter. But don't people like trying to say I didn't see it. Y'all didn't see it. Lacey's daughter actually swung at Sasha, and Sasha had to step back and everything. And you're gonna have to go back and look at it because, like I keep saying, she swung at Sasha, and Sasha had to take a step back, like going, "Whoa, this girl took a swung at me." So got a little more vicious with Lacey. Go back and check it. That actually did happen. Now, another thing is we had a lot of great moments. But the one thing I want to come and talk about right quick is, and then I have to get on the other thing, is I want to talk about the Rusev Lana, Bobby Lashley storyline. I know Rusev is trying to get away with not letting his wife be his manager, so they have you know, divorcing on screen type like thing. All right, they probably ain't even divorced in real life. This is just probably for TV. You know how we used to do it back in the day. Back in the day, and I'm gonna give you some thing. My thing is with this storyline, I hope y'all they take it a little further. And what I'm going by from what wrestling media and y'all don't know how to talk about Wrestling Hub, but what Wrestling Hub has said, and I've been looking at some rumors they've been saying rumors, since I want to say alleged rumors. Let me put it that way, alleged rumors, saying that Rusev might start that being manipulative with Lana and Bobby Lashley and start dating somebody. Now, people has expected it's Liv Morgan, saying it might be Nikki, saying it might be I don't know, um Nia Jax. And let me just tell you, out of all of those, which ones sound a little bit more keen is the Nia Jax one. The Nia Jax and Rusev kind of sound a little more better than the other two. I'm just saying, a muscle bound man want a muscled woman on the same level as him. So it might, to me, that will sound a little bit more better than what people say. Now, I mean, hey, I got a lot to say about this one, but this storyline I have to come at a separate date. But y'all, let me hear y'all. Do y'all want to see Rusev and Lana, the Rusev Lana Bobby Leslie storyline, be add Nia Jax to the storyline as well for Rusev? All right, y'all. That's that part. But now let me get to the last part before I can get through. All right. Now the other thing is, as y'all know, I'm a big fan of Dana Brooks, and it's this storyline that people keeps that Pro Wrestling Unlimited and Wrestling Hub, WrestleMania, all of the different YouTube wrestling shows. I'm one of them, but I'm not a show. I'm just a YouTuber who talks about it. And one of the things people's been mostly talking about is the Dana Brooks storyline, and it has Dave Bautista and Elias that's supposed to be fighting over Dana Brooks. I don't know if this is true or not, but let me say alleged. I feel like WWE is going there. They are giving it to us. They are going there. So we're going to see where that goes. And the one other thing I wanted to quickly talk about. R-Truth has done very well as the 24/7 champ. And my thing is, we need to see R-Truth hold another title aside that 24/7 champ. So let me hear it from y'all. All right, y'all heard everything. But before I go, I want to remind y'all to go and check out none other my Instagram. And what I'm doing over there, if you DM me a question y'all want me to answer here on my on here on YouTube, then submit it. And when you submit it, your question might be submitted for a future video. Until then, I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Merry Christmas.